Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of SnowRunner, where today we're going to jump straight back into it with Cargopocalypse Part 2. This should prove to be a little bit more well, not interesting, but a little bit easier, potentially, at least I think so, than Cargopocalypse Part 1. So, as you can see, we've already loaded up with the first of the 4 bricks. This is going to be a multiple run job, just like the last one, but I think it's a bit closer. I think it's a little bit less running about to do it, and conveniently we are going to be facing the right direction for the tunnel and passing a gas station en route as well. We've got some bricks wobbling about on the back of the truck. We're using the exact same truck as the previous episode because it was already here and it already has 4 cargo slots on it. Other trucks can be used for this, of course, but you just need a truck that can take at least 2 cargo slots, and this one can take 4, so in theory half as many runs, but it's twice the size and therefore twice the challenge. Let's make our way up here. Our very first stop on the very first leg of this trip is going to be to the gas station, because I'm recording this right off the back of yesterday's episode where we did Cargopocalypse Part 1, and I need fuel. I need fuel very badly. I went through so much fuel in the last episode, and it seems like this episode is going to be much and such the same. So if we get a chance, we'll also pop into a service hub and get the truck repaired, but it's not desperately needing that, so if there's not a convenient one at this point, there's no real need to stray from our path to do that. But having a gas station en route is definitely just the best thing in the world. And it's a relatively straight road from here, and even on the other side it's a mostly straight road as such. There's not too many turn-offs that we have to make, and once we've done it the first time, the rest of the time it's going to be so easy to remember. But we're on our way to White Valley, the area with the aerodrome in it, and here's our tunnel entrance here. Now in this area we have a garage, and we also have several trucks lying around and in the garage. But if we have a look at the map here, where we're actually going to is just over here. Now it looks nice and close, but we actually have to come all the way down here, about halfway through the map. I don't fancy taking this truck across these shortcuts. I don't think it would make it. We could take this road potentially, and we'll give it a shot on this round and see how we get on. It might not do it, but we'll give it a bash. We'll see. What I'll actually do is I will mark on the map there so I know where to turn. Of course, our biggest problem with this truck is, now that we've got a flat tire, but is the size of it. I might as well even it up, and I don't know if I punctured a tyre on that side, but that's definitely not going to do us any favours at all. We might end up having to get a support vehicle out here. The Royal BM is in the garage, so we can bring it out to do repairs if necessary. I can already see that this road is going to be fun and interesting. Of course, with a flat tyre, progress will be slowed. But hopefully not too much. We're still able to make a reasonable pace here. We have good tyres on the truck, so the remaining tyres should be able to pick up the slack to a certain extent. Let's just actually have a look, see if we pass a service centre. We don't, actually, at all. There's a service hub down there, so we might just have to bring a support vehicle here. Again, not the end of the world. We've got plenty of vehicles available as I continue to destroy the truck. I think this is one of the shortcuts that's available. This truck might do it. I'm not holding my breath, so I'll take the easy route, at least this first time, and see if we can come back. I'd rather do it with an empty truck than one that's full of cargo that we might end up tipping on. Is this our junction? It is indeed. So even this way, it's really straightforward, really simple. If it's anything like Cargopocalypse Part 1, it's going to be an easy task, but an endurance task. So the first Cargopocalypse in the last episode, really straightforward, really simple. There wasn't even really many difficult roads to go along. It was just a case of endurance. I don't know what that road is. Is that where the... No, that's where one of the shortcuts comes out, but that's not the way we'd go, because that would be suicide. And we don't want that. Now this job is even easier than part 1 because all of the cargo comes from the same place. There's some more damage to the truck. It's already wrecked, so I'm not too worried. Looks like that's where the other shortcut might come out, possibly. Maybe not. I think it comes out on the other side of this little landslide area. Well, in all honesty, our biggest issue is actually going to be getting turned around at this side. And that's where it comes out. It doesn't look too bad. We might give that a shot. That is a pole. That is a cliff. If we're collecting things to crash into today, I think I have the full set as it is. But even with a few missteps along the way, we're here with our first drop off. We didn't use too much fuel. And like I said, our biggest problem is going to be turning around, because with this behemoth barge, it's going to be more than a 3-point turn. Especially with a flat tire, it's not going to like turning around at all with that. What I'll do is I will make my way back to the warehouse. We will just double check. I'm fairly certain we can't get any of the supplies here. No, we can't. So we'll go back to Mountain River, pick up the rest of the bricks, bring them down, and then I'll bring you guys back when we're working on the concrete slabs. And if I get somewhere to repair the truck, in fact, I'll go the long way back and hit the service centre to repair the truck. And that way it's not as badly broken as it currently is, because the suspension is about to collapse, which is not ideal. So I'll get that done and I'll bring you guys back once all of the bricks are delivered and we're working on our first round of concrete slabs. Okay, this is the final load of concrete slabs. I've been recording for over an hour and 10 minutes at this point. Obviously the video will not be anywhere near that length of time, but I did discover a couple of things in that time. First of all, when you've got the concrete slabs, low range and diff lock, if you're using this truck setup, of course. Other trucks will vary, as you would expect. But with this truck, you want low range and diff lock to get out of this area. The shortcut that I mentioned in the first load for the bricks, absolutely no problem at all, as easy as anything. And when you're returning back empty, it's the only way I go. Going there with the concrete slabs, no chance. Not any chance at all. It does not work. I had 3 rollovers, I had to recover, and that's where the bulk of the recording time has come from, is trying to get this truck with this concrete slabs over that shortcut. If you're empty, or if you've got the bricks, it's no problem at all. You can manage it absolutely fine. But these concrete slabs are just simply too heavy, and the centre of gravity on them is just so that you end up tipping over, spilling the cargo, which is really inconvenient, but not much can be done about it. It doesn't save you a great deal of time to take that shortcut, a few minutes at most. So with the concrete slabs, if you're using this setup, I'd highly recommend just going around along the main roads. There's still some challenges that way, as you'll see along the route, but generally speaking, it's definitely doable. Whereas taking a shortcut with these probably is doable, but I'm yet to make it doable, and frankly I just want the contract done at this point. I'm sure there's a way, and I'm sure there's loads of you guys out there that can take this setup with this cargo across that shortcut. I am just unfortunately not able to do that. But the truck has been absolutely demolished repeatedly, and I even had to recover it at one point. So this route, although very straightforward, very simple, it's quite hard on the truck. It is quite, like, the stones on the road and things, it will damage the truck a fair amount, not massively. It doesn't destroy it. I mean, your driving will, my driving destroyed the truck more than once, but it still causes damage just driving down the road because of all of the rocks and some of the corners you have to go around. It's just one of those things. Part of the charm of the game. One thing I would definitely recommend is take your time with the concrete slabs. Like I said, the centre of gravity on them is different, so therefore they do bounce the truck around quite a bit, and you don't want them falling off, really, because that's just a waste of time. Now, for those of you wondering, no, there is not 30 concrete slabs lying randomly on a hillside. Every time I lost a cargo, I did just remove the cargo before going and getting more, so there's no cargo lying around. So the shortcut is just along the road here, and like I said, I won't be taking it, but I'll show you where the entrance is. It is really simple to take. With this truck, it's a little bit long, so you have to cut the corners and things like that, but it's that road that you see directly in front. That first corner, it's a bit tight, but it's manageable. And you just go up the hill there, and then when you get to the top of the hill, you're turning right. That corner's a bit tight as well, but again, perfectly doable. And it's just a little bit too uneven with the concrete slabs, in my opinion. But feel free to try it out for yourself and let me know if you manage to succeed. I would love to find out if you guys are able to do something that I cannot. That would be absolutely awesome. So if you do go that way with concrete slabs, either let me know over on Discord or in the comment section. The link to Discord is in the video description. This road I find to be very slidey, more so than the other roads, but passable, definitely passable. But this is the last 2 concrete slabs that are required for Cargopocalypse Part 2, the first delivery series that we've done. This is a 2-part contract, and combined makes a small fortune. and a huge amount of experience as well. You can see just how slidey it is. That was with no throttle or anything, we just slide around the road. This happened last time as well. I got stuck on this hill here just because the wheels were spinning. I just lost momentum coming up that hill and just couldn't gain traction again. So you got to watch for that little rock outcropping there, because as you can see, it kicks the truck. If you're going a little bit too quick, you'll end up somewhere you really don't want to be, in a position you really don't want to be. Namely, upside down in that lake. But last few corners here, like I said at the start of this episode, this is not a difficult job at all. It's just another one of those time-consuming ones. If you've got moderately tuned trucks, you'll manage just fine. Been promoted to rank 14, which is fantastic. And we got $18,850 for that, and a 1,850 experience, and that puts us over $100,000 in the bank. We could actually afford a nice new shiny truck, but we're not going to do that just yet. We are going to carry on with the Alaskan contracts for GR Enterprise. As you can see, we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 left. So another week of these GR Enterprise contracts, and then we'll be finished with all of the contracts in Alaska. And for those of you who are interested in the stats, we're at 58% complete in Alaska, and we've done 40 out of 81 missions. And we've received $164,000. Travelled a fair distance. I don't know what metric that distance is, but we've travelled that far. We've got quite a few upgrades still to get by the looks of it, but we have found the vehicles. So we need to find those upgrades. That's more than a couple. But with that being said, that is where I'm going to leave this episode for today, guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. If you have, don't forget to hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, you can of course subscribe. You can also ring that bell icon, that way you get notified of all future uploads. And you can also join me over on Discord. The link to Discord is in the video description. And I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Thank you all very kindly for watching. I'll see you guys there. Bye for now.